Hello learners, welcome to Unacademy, India's largest e-learning platform. Let's crack class 12 CBSE Commerce together. My name is Simran Bajaj and I'm currently pursuing my law degree, that is BA LLB Honours from Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, and I have a teaching experience of almost 2 years, having taught students of classes 11 and 12 from the CBSE background, and I hold certifications in advanced contract drafting as well as one in cyber laws. You can use my promo code that is given at the bottom of the slide, Simran10, to purchase your Unacademy subscription, and you can get a 10% discount. So, what an Unacademy subscription holds for you is an access to our live and recorded content, wherein you get daily live classes, and in these live classes you can chat with your educator, you can engage in discussions, you can ask your doubts, and you can answer polls, all this while the class is going on. So this makes the entire process very interactive, and it gives you a very real-time experience. So, Unacademy also offers a number of live tests and quizzes which help you evaluate your preparation with our regular mock tests and quizzes, and you get a detailed analysis of your performance throughout. The courses that are offered on Unacademy, they are structured in line with your exam syllabus to help you prepare for them in the best manner. Then Unacademy also gives you an unlimited access to its live and recorded courses, which you can watch from the comfort of any of your devices. You also get free live classes, which means if you purchase a subscription for business studies, you will also get other subjects like economics, English, mathematics in the same price. So everything comes under one roof and you do not have to pay extra for your other subjects. So talking about the subscription, guys, 1 month subscription costs you 2,500 rupees, and after discount it comes out to be 2,250 rupees. Then a 3 month subscription costs you 6,250 rupees, and after discount that comes out to be 5,625. That makes it 1,875 rupees a month. Then when we talk of a 6 month subscription, this costs you 10,000 rupees, and after discount, this costs you 9,000 rupees, which makes it 1,500 a month. Now talking of the 12-month plan, this is the most economical deal because it ideally costs you 12,500 rupees, and after discount it costs you 11,250 rupees. That makes it 938 rupees for all subjects. So you see how economical this is. So go purchase your Unacademy subscription, guys, and don't forget to use Simran10 as your promo. So let's begin with today's class. In today's session, I am going to be discussing question and answers from I will be discussing questions and answers from business environment. I'll be discussing all types of questions, MCQs, short answer questions, long answer questions, application based questions, and so let's begin with the first question. So the first question right here is, why is it said that business environment is uncertain? So when we talk about the business environment, we see that It is anything and everything that is external to a business, everything that exists outside a business, everything that is beyond the control of a business. That is what forms to be a part of the business's environment. So the changes that are taking place in the business's environment, they are very difficult to predict, right? So the business environment, I'll highlight the keywords for you in the answer. Business environment is uncertain because it is difficult to predict the future happenings. So anything that happens in the organization, in an organization, that cannot be predicted. For example, this situation of the coronavirus pandemic, it was such an unpredictable situation, and its impact, it has had a dire impact on the world economy. So so business environment is highly uncertain because it is very difficult to predict what is going to happen in the future, right? So I hope this question is clear and there's no doubt. Please let me know if you want any other example from question 1. I have given you one example, that is the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Another example could be changes in technology, etc. I hope there's no doubt. Giving you a moment to quickly analyze the question, and whoever has joined can post if there is any query in the chat box right away. Okay, so let's move on to the second question since no query has been posted as yet. So the next question is, we're discussing the second question, highlighted it for you. What is included in the political environment of the business? So when we talk about the political environment, it includes anything and everything that is associated with the government. So when we talk of the political environment, it includes your constitutional framework, the political system, the political party in power, the political structure of a country, the government's intervention in business, the foreign policy, the defense policy, foreign relations with other countries. So all this forms to be a part, foreign relations. Another example could be trade policies. So all these are examples of everything that is a part of the business environment. Okay? Anything you think is missing from the list, anything you want to be added to the list? Okay, I hope this is clear. I hope the list is very clear. किसी का example चाहिए for whoever has joined in. Please tell me. I hope there is no doubt in the second question. Okay, so moving on to the third question. The third question is, what is included in the legal environment of a business? So, legal environment is simply associated with. So, legal environment is associated with the laws passed by the government. So, it includes acts passed by the government, the judgments delivered by the courts, the statutory warnings prescribed under law, and other legislations that have been passed by the government. Okay, so legal environment consists of the legal implications, the laws that are formed in the country, and the impact that the laws of a country have on the business. So all this is included under the legal environment. I hope this question is clear, the third question. uh, Please let me know if there is any doubt in the third question for whoever has joined in. I can see two students have joined in. So please tell me if you want an example or something is not clear from the third question. The third question on the screen, please tell me if everything is clear from the question. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. The question says, why is business environment called dynamic? So you have to give reasons. So business environment is called dynamic because it is subjected to a constant change. So everything and anything that is happening around a business, everything that happens in the business's environment, there are a number of changes taking place. So business environment is not static, and there can be a number of changes in the business environment. These could be in terms of technological improvements, it could be a change in the government's policy, it could be increase in the competition, it could be anything, right? So business environment is considered to be dynamic because it is not static, it is subjected to change. And for example, technological improvements, increase in competition, and increase in tax, etc. I hope there is no doubt in the fourth question. I hope there is no doubt in the fourth question. Okay, so let's move on to the fifth question, which says, what is included in the technological environment of the business? So when we talk about the technological environment, it is all associated with the technology. Technology in terms of it could be scientific improvements, it could be innovations, scientific innovations, which provide new ways of doing goods, which it could be a technological upgradation in terms of the machinery that is being used. It could be an upgradation in terms of the techniques that is being used. So it includes new methods and techniques of operating business. So an example of this will be introduction of internet. Computers have become an integral part. Computers have become an integral part I hope there's no doubt in the fifth question. Moving to the sixth question. Business environment includes both specific and general forces. List any four specific forces. तो specific forces क्या होते हैं? सबसे पहले specific forces are those forces. Okay, so specific forces are those forces which have an impact on one specific business organization, one particular business. So it affects directly one type of one business, and it affects its day-to-day working, and it is very specific to that particular organization, unlike general forces. So specific forces, they have a direct impact. So an example is suppliers, investors, customers, and competitors. I hope this question is clear. Okay, no doubt. So I'll move on to the next question. The seventh question. List any four general forces. Like we discussed the meaning of general forces, the first one is the social, political, technological, and legal. So these are the forces which affect the business environment at large, and these are not specific to any business. Okay. So the next question is, the understanding of business environment helps the managers to identify threats. What is meant by threats here? Now, threats are the external environment trends. They are negative and external environment trends which change, and these are changes that hinder a firm's performance. They affect a firm's performance negatively. Okay. Okay. So, uh, threats are the external environment trends that hinder a firm's performance. Then, the next question is, the understanding of business environment enables the firm to identify opportunities. What are opportunities? So, like we talked about threats, opportunities are positive external trends or changes which help a firm to improve its performance, right? We took here the example of Maruti Udyog. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. Okay, so talking of the 10th question, which reads, what is meant by business environment? Explain dynamic nature and uncertainty as the features of business environment. So we have discussed these two features already in two different questions. Now, the question that I'm going to talk about here is what is meant by business environment. So when we talk about business environment, business environment is something that is external to a business, right? It is sum total of everything and anything that is outside a business. It could be individuals, it could be institutions, it could be other forces like customers, competitors, suppliers, distributors, the trends that are in the industry, the regulations, the government activities, the cultural factors. Everything that is external to a business is a part of the business's environment, right? So all things that are external to a business, they form to be a part of your business's environment. So I don't see any doubts coming from your side. So moving on to the 11th question. Now, this 11th question is a very popular question and it has been asked a number of times. Um, and it has been asked in a number of different ways. So, the first way of asking this, what is the understanding of business environment important for? Explain with the help of any four examples. So you have to explain the understanding of your business environment and you have to give any four examples. Okay. Right. So the next question, the next way of asking this question is understanding of environment by business managers enables them not only to identify and evaluate uh, the various factors but also to react to the external forces of the firm. So you can read out the ways in which this question has been asked. So it is basically asking you the importance of business environment. So when we talk of the reasons why business environment is important, and this question is a very common question, asking you what is the importance of business environment. One is it because it helps in the identification of opportunities, right? So, business environment is a source of opportunities to a business, and when these opportunities are identified by a business, it helps the management get the first mover advantage by being the first one to exploit that opportunity, right? Then a classic example of this is Maruti Udyog that became the leader in the small car market because it was the first one to recognize the need for small cars in the Indian environment where the you know where the middle class population was so high. I hope this point of identifying opportunities is clear. Please let me know if there is any doubt in the chat box. Please tell me if there is any doubt in the chat box. Okay, so moving on to the second point, that is identify the threat. It helps to identify the threats and they serve as early warning signals. Now, being aware about the environment, having a knowledge of the external environment, not only helps the management to recognize its opportunities, but it also helps the management to identify threats which serve as early warning signals to take the correct decisions at the correct time. For example, the management of a firm finds out that if the management of the firm finds out that one of the foreign national companies is coming to India, and it is going to serve as the product that they're going to offer is going to be a competitive product to the product of the Indian company. So this information should serve as a early warning signal, and the firm can prepare to deal with this threat. Then another point of importance could be it helps in planning and the policy formulation. Now, when we talk of the business environment, it helps in the policy formulation because environment awareness, whatever is going on in the external environment helps the management to take decisions with respect to whatever is going on in the external environment. So, the external environment serves as a basis for planning for the future course of action and making policies for the same. And the last point of importance is tapping useful resources. So, a business environment is an open system which gets resources such as capital, labor, and any other resource from the environment. So, it is important that the business uses these inputs and converts them into goods that are desired by the customers. I hope you don't have any doubt in this question of the importance of business, the study of business environment. Please tell me if any explanation is needed, any um, example you want for whoever has joined in. I see three students have joined in. So please tell me if there is any doubt in this question or should I move further. I'll be discussing the MCQ questions, the popular MCQ questions after this. So please tell me. Okay, so let's quickly discuss the MCQ questions first. Okay, so I want you to answer these questions in the chat box. So the first question is, which of the following is not a feature of business environment? Whoever is in the class, please tell me which of these is not a feature of business environment. Is it interrelatedness? Is it dynamic? Is it complexity? Or is it continuous? Okay, so the answer is continuous. Business environment is not continuous. It is interrelated, it is dynamic, it is complex, but it is not continuous. Please tell me if there is any doubt in this MCQ, or else I will move forward. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Identification of opportunities. Identification of opportunities to get the first mover advantages is one of the importance of the business environment. True, false, or cannot say? Tell me. I see two students in the class. I want you to answer this question. Is it A, B, or C? Identification of opportunities. Hi, hi Ankita. Can you please answer this question for me, beta? Identification of opportunities to get the first mover advantages is one of the importance of the business. A, true, B, false, or C, you cannot say. Am I audible now, beta? Ankita, am I audible now? Beta, can you answer this question for me, please? Is it A, B, or C? Okay, please answer this question. A, B, or C? Is the identification of opportunities, getting the first mover advantage, is the importance of business? Ankita, can you answer this question, beta? Or should I tell you the answer if you don't know? Okay, so the answer to the second question is that yes, the identification of opportunities is, yes, beta, it is A. You are right. You are very right, Ankita. Very good. So the answer is A. Opportunities help to get the first mover advantage, and it is the importance of a business. I hope no clarification, no doubt in this question. I can move to the next question. Can I move to the next question, beta? For whoever is in the class, can I move to the next question? Okay. So I am discussing the third question now. Now, this question says, which of the following does not explain the impact of the government policy changes on business and industry? So, tell me, what is the answer? Is it increasing competition, more demanding market customers, market orientation, or change in agricultural prices? Ankita and anybody else, I'm expecting answers from you students. Um, I've always had a very interactive class, and today I don't see the responses coming. Please tell me. D. Very good, Ankita. D. Changes in agricultural prices. Very good. Very well done. Very well done. Okay, so I hope no doubt in this question. कोई doubt हो तो पूछ लेना. I'm moving to the fourth question. किसी को नहीं समझ आया हो तो okay. So the fourth question is, dash refers to the negative and unfavorable external factors that are likely to create hurdles for a firm. Which of these is it? Opportunities, warning, threats. Great. Threats. C. Very good. Very good, Ankita. Very good. Very bright child, I must say. Okay. चलो फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. किसी को उसमें डाउट हो तो पूछ लेना. The fifth question says, which of the following are dimensions of the business environment? बताओ इसका आंसर. फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन का आंसर A, B, C या D? What is the answer of the fifth one? Beta, I am discussing these questions for the first time in my class. Okay, D. Very good. Very good. D is the right answer. Correct. Then the sixth question is, liberalization means what? Policy of planned disinvestment, integration among the various economies, end of license and reduction of government control, or none of these? Liberalization का मतलब क्या होता है? A, B, C और D? Please tell me the answer. A, B, C or D? Liberalization means what? Liberalization means what is the meaning of liberalization, beta? Okay, so liberalization simply means the end of license and a reduction in government control. I hope this question is clear. I hope this question is clear for whoever is in the class. जो भी क्लास में है. Liberalization means the end of licensing and a reduction in the government's control. What is the meaning of globalization? What does globalization not include? Expecting an answer from the class. Please tell me, globalization does not involve which of these? Reduction of barrier, free flow of goods and services, global mechanism for settlement, or free flow of capital? बताओ ग्लोबलाइजेशन का मतलब इसमें से क्या नहीं होता है? What does globalization not include out of all these? Whoever is in the class. I can see two students in the class. Please answer. Beta, I expect you to be interactive. Please answer the seventh question. If you don't know, please tell me. I will answer it for you. Please tell me. Okay, so the answer here is option C, global mechanism for settlement of economic disputes. Globalization means reduction of barriers, free flow of goods and services, and a free flow of capital, but it does not mean global mechanism for settlement of economic disputes. Okay, right? कोई doubt? Okay, so moving on to the next question. Which of the following are the impact of government policy changes on business? इसका आंसर बता दो, whoever is in the class. I'm waiting for an answer. Okay, I don't see a response coming from whoever is in the class. So the answer of this question, which reads, which of the following are the impact of government policy changes, is an increased competition, a need for change, demanding customers, and all of the above. It is all of the above. The answer here is all of the above. Right? Do you agree with me? जो भी क्लास में हैं, two students I can see, and none of them are interactive. Neither of you are interactive. Okay, so I'll go back to the one marker questions that I had not discussed. Moving back to the one markers. The next question, one marker. This is not a one marker. This is a 5 marker question. So, what is meant by business environment, and explain any 3 features of business environment. So, talking about the features of business environment, I'm so sorry there was a technical error from my side. Talking about the features of business environment, when we talk about business environment and its features, the first one is that there is a totality of external forces. The second one is it consists of specific and general forces. The third one is complexity. The fourth one is uncertainty. And the fifth one is relativity. Please tell me if there is any doubt in this question. I hope everything in this question is clear, which talks about. Chalo, let's do the next question. The next question is it says the court has passed an order that says all schools must have water purifiers for school children, and it has given the following reasons. It says that society in general is more concerned about the quality of life. So I was discussing the 13th question. I think I was not audible because of some technical error, but I hope I'm audible now. So I was discussing the 13th question. Yeah. So the question says that the court has passed an order which says that all schools must have water purifiers for the school children, as the society in general is more concerned about the quality of life. The innovative techniques are being developed to manufacture water purifiers, and the incomes are rising, and children at home are also drinking purified water. Then the last reason it is stated is the government is showing the positive attitude towards water purifier business. So when it says that the words I will highlight for you, when it says that the court has passed an order, wait, I think I will write for this question rather than right. So this is the question. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन है। तो अब ये आपको बोल रहा है, द क्वेश्चन सेज आइडेंटिफाई द डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस ऑफ बिजनेस। अब डायमेंशंस क्या होते हैं? पॉलिटिकल, लीगल, इकोनॉमिक, सोशल एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकल, ये होते हैं आपके डायमेंशंस ऑफ बिजनेस। ठीक है, दीज आर योर डायमेंशंस। तो अब इसमें से कैसे पता चलेगा कि क्या चीज़ क्या है? तो आई विल हाईलाइट द वर्ड्स फॉर यू एंड आई विल राइट डाउन अलॉन्ग साइड कि कौन सा डायमेंशन है। व्हेन इट सेज कोर्ट, तो कोर्ट इज एसोसिएटेड विद योर legal environment, right? Then society in general is more concerned about the quality of life. So when we talk about society, this is associated with the social environment. Then the next point is innovative techniques. अब techniques किस के रिस्पेक्ट में? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के रिस्पेक्ट में। तो ये हो गया आपका टेक्नोलॉजिकल, right? Then it says incomes are rising and children at home are also drinking your purified water. तो income क्या होता है? एक economic factor है। ठीक है, then the government is showing positive attitudes towards the water purifier business. तो government है तो political। आई होप इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है क्वेश्चन में। बता दो अगर उस क्वेश्चन में कोई डाउट है तो। Okay, so let's move on to the next question. चलो ये क्वेश्चन हो गया हमारा 13th क्वेश्चन. अब चलते हैं 14th क्वेश्चन पे. 14th क्वेश्चन भी सिमिलर है. सिमिलर क्वेश्चन है. आप एक बार पढ़ लीजिए. आई एम लीविंग द क्वेश्चन ऑन द स्क्रीन फॉर यू. कुछ डिस्कस करने लायक है नहीं बिकॉज सेम क्वेश्चन है, सिर्फ वाटर प्योरीफायर को उससे रिप्लेस कर दिया पॉलीथीन बैग से. तो आप एक बार देख लो कि अगर इसमें कुछ पूछना है तो पूछ लो. आई एम वेटिंग. नहीं पूछना है तो वी विल मूव फॉरवर्ड. Sure, let's move to the next question. So these are one markers. I'll go over these very quickly ताकि हम फिर long questions पे जाएं. ठीक है. So why is business environment uncertain? Because it is very difficult to predict what is going to happen, what change is going to take place in the business's environment. Then the next one is what is meant by market orientation. Now, what is meant by market oriented means firms produce goods after analyzing what is happening in the market, what is required in the market. ठीक है. फिर थर्ड क्वेश्चन है हाउ कैन एनवायरमेंट अवेयरनेस हेल्प मैनेजर्स. इट हेल्प्स देम. Environmental awareness can help them identify various threats and opportunities, and they can be timely dealt with. Fourth question है how can political stability be beneficial for the economy? Because if there is political stability in a country, the confidence of the investors will be built upon and they will invest and take up new ventures in the country. Then the fifth question is what is the immediate cause of economic reforms of the 1991? The main reason was the government was in debt, high government deficit. You can have a look at the business environment video where I discussed the June crisis of 1991 in much detail, and you will understand what all were the causes of the economic reforms in 1991, but the main reason was high government deficit. Then the next question is, what is meant by threats? Please do not send unnecessary messages in the chat box. Then we were talking about what is meant by threats. So, when we talk about threats, threats refer to those environmental trends which hinder, which negatively affect the performance of an enterprise. Okay. Then the seventh question is, give one of the most important objectives of the Indian development programs at the time of independence. So, the most important objective of the development of programs at the time of independence, the main reason behind it was that India wanted to grow in terms of its economy. It wanted rapid economic growth. I hope this question is clear. So I will be discussing the remaining questions in चलो कर लेते हैं अभी. We've discussed the MCQ questions. Then we were talking about the next question is, what are the impacts of demonetization on real estate and on private wealth and the real estate. So you will start off by defining what is demonetization. It is the withdrawal of the status of a legal tender to the currency in circulation, and demonetization in India was announced from the midnight of November 8, 2016, and the government announced the demonetization of rupees 500 and rupees 1000 currency notes, and its impact on the following are: on private wealth, that it led to a decline in the private wealth, since because high demonetized notes were not returned due to demonetization. Then the interest rates were affected because there was an increase in the bank deposits, and it led to the increase in number of financial savings, and there was a tremendous decline in cash transactions. Then the last one is real estate. Now the prices of real estate were reduced as a consequence of demonetization. ठीक है. So there was a technical error. I am so sorry. I wasn't here. So let's continue to discuss the questions very quickly, and we can continue them as well in the evening session also. So I'm talking about the fifth question. So when we're discussing the economic environment, I was talking about the economic environment. I think I had disconnected back then. So let's talk about the economic environment. Just give me a second, beta. Okay, so right now we are discussing the somebody wanted me to explain the economic environment. So I will be discussing this in detail because a lot of students get confused with what is the economic environment. So I will be writing down some points and I will be erasing them as I keep on discussing. So the when we talk of the economic environment, it relates to all the economic factors of the external economic occurrences which have an impact on the business, right? So everything that is external to a business and it is um, yeah, so everything that is external to a business and it affects the performance of a business and it is economic in nature is what we call the economic environment. So the whether it is a domestic business or an international business, both of these are affected by the dynamic environment conditions which prevail in the market. So there are a number of factors like, for example, there are interest rates, then there is the disposable income, then another example could be change in value of rupee, then a classic example is demand and supply, then another example is your utility. Then another example could be money and banking. Then you can talk about economic development. Right? So all these are the various economic factors that affect a business's performance, right? So when we talk about when we talk about the economic environment, I will give you the example of demand and supply as an economic factor. So the example of demand and supply. Yeah. So the two main factors, the two very important factors of the economic environment are demand and supply. So demand refers to the how willing and able the customer is with respect to purchasing a product, and supply is how able the business is to make it available. ठीक है. So when we talk about uh, demand and supply, an example of it could be the mobile phone, which is infused with the latest technology, and it has been introduced in the market, and it fetches a higher price due to the high demand in the market. So this price remains high if the demand is more than the supply. Another example is of Brazil, which is the largest sugar producer in the world, and in the year 2000 their sugar crop was destroyed. So this led to an increase in prices of sugar worldwide. So this is the concept of your demand and supply. So when we talk about the chapter of business environment, I'm quickly going to go over the main concepts. I'm going to talk about the headings, the main topics that we have discussed. Just give me a second, beta. ठीक है. So the first thing that we discussed was the concept, meaning, definition of business एनवायरनमेंट. इसमें हमने कुछ फीचर्स भी डिस्कस किए थे. सो बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट के फीचर्स इंक्लूड करते हैं क्या क्या हैं. सो द फीचर्स ऑफ योर बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट, दे इंक्लूड external forces. The second one is specific and general forces. Then the third one is your interrelatedness. Then the fourth one is your dynamic in nature. Then the fifth one is uncertainty. Then the sixth one is complexity. And the seventh one is relative. ठीक है. So all this we have discussed. अगर कोई लाइव क्लास में है तो यू कैन टेल मी इनमें से किसी टॉपिक्स में डाउट है, नहीं तो मैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पे मूव कर जाऊँ. The next topic that we discussed in business environment was the importance of business environment. So the first one is that it helps in, let me just write it down. So when we talk about the identification of threats serve as warning signals, and opportunities, they serve as getting the first mover advantage. Then the second one is coping with changes. Helps in planning and policy making. And the last one is improving performance. ठीक है? Hope this is clear. Then we talked about the dimensions of business environment. So we have discussed the economic factors. We have discussed the social factors. We have discussed the political factors. Then we discussed the technological factors. Then we discussed the legal factors. ठीक है? So 1 economic, 2nd social, 3rd political, 4th technological, 5th legal. Hope this is clear. So when we talk of the economic environment, this includes your interest rates, it includes the disposable income, it includes the demand and supply of products and services. Then it also includes your change in the value of rupee. So these are the examples, ठीक है, of economic environment. Then we talked about social environment. The social environment includes I'm so sorry. ठीक है, तो we were talking about the social environment, and it includes social forces like traditions, values, and trends, right? So we've discussed half the chapter. The remaining portion I'll be talking about in the next Q&A session. So this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for joining in. I will see you in the next class.